Buon pomeriggio a tutti, continuiamo con The Outer Worlds 2, siamo vicini al finale ormai, penso che secondo me domattina si potrebbe già finire, per quello che è rimasto da fare, che comunque quelle che pensavo fossero quest, dalla wiki tipo, quelle di fazione sono praticamente queste che ho adesso.
Honestly, Ruth Bassar could use my help too. She's all brains, but no branding.
Comunque, no, cos'era? No, ma che facevo caso che non ci avevo fatto caso a Real Engine, l'hanno usato bene loro, bene o male.
On your command.
Vorrei controllare una cosa, tra l'altro questo. Conquista Spiralta. E l'archivio, ok. Gestisci i negoziati. Ah, quindi non devo per ora andare a pigliare la cosa là, le sostanze chimiche. Ma dov'è Spiralto quindi?
Take a hey! Got a distraction for you. You want to hit the wrong side of a freighter.
E adesso mi segno le robe con speciale, rottamature, tutto mi segnato. Che ho messo la roba di ingegneria con l'abilità che era per aumentarmi. Ingegneria non per altro. Che tanto ormai qua mi sa che il respect a differenza del primo non si può fare. Quindi quello che ho preso mo sono a livello massimo lo tengo.
Due to an anomalous event, the interstitial hall and exhibition tower is off limits for the foreseeable future to any and all non-essential personnel. All requests to view the prototype rift anomaly modulator suspended for the time being.
Subjects,
Study petition
listen well.
Researcher's office.
Days ago, our beloved sovereign, in his infinite wisdom, his command, I, Emery Thoreau, now accept the responsibility. I address you today not as the consul, nor even as your new leader, which I am, but I cannot do it alone.
I reckon that's Protectorate for I assassinated the Sovereign and seized control.
Assassinato
If true,
un po', non penso fosse
console
sarebbe
would be
stato
a
quasi
massive.
meglio.
Our once and future sovereign. So dry those tears as I call upon you to stand tall with renewed zeal. Together, we will finish our great sovereign work and purge your hands of those who serve.
Quanti bit ho? 50.000, ok.
how this looks, but I can assure you I have leave to look into... Oh, you're not security. Then you must be responsible for all the commotion I heard just now. For both our sakes, I think it best if we continue as we were. I will forget I saw you as... I was looking for proof, if you must know. There was an Albin Valancourt is the sentinel charged with supervising this facility and all its research. I'd grasp a live rod if I could pass its current to him. Although, unless you have unusual license to be here, his odds of keeping that must have been so Unless your lamps have oxidized, you must have noticed my arm. I lost it saving the Sovereign from a rift experiment, naturally. Valancourt supplied my name for the reports, incriminating me in the eyes of my colleagues. And since he's closed up, I couldn't possibly rely on an outsider to help me. Whatever the cause of the incident, it is my duty as a law-abiding Protectorate subject to gather proof and uncover its cause. Help you with acquisition? Assuredly not. If, however, and what I am offering is help afterward. Once you take the prototype, that modulator will be necessary to unfold the rift and find the evidence I need. And the prototype rift modulator is currently in Interstitial Hall. Once you have the prototype, make your way to Valancourt's. Be cautious. The guards of this facility will attack anyone unfamiliar to them. But that is what we've agreed upon, is it not? Valancourt keeps all of the items he confiscates from the staff in a locked closet in his quarters.
Sì, funziona sui video. Ha funzionato come cavia, però volevo vedere se funzionava sta cosa. No, che mi butti in anomalia. Testa di cazzo. Dovrebbe essere un trofeo quando ne sciogli 20, quando ho guardato la lista di trofei.
This rift looks goopy. I wonder what it consists of.
Always watchful. Forever vigilant.
E fermo. Serve per degli semplici.
They really just left the modulator out in the open, huh? Well, let's say we avail ourselves of this.
Devo calcolare prima la cosa per aiutare la tizia.
There. Stage your panda.
Improving.
Me la dato infatti. A salire sopra a sparare.
Let me know when you need
Sono
a distraction.
quelli, ok.
Vitals looking a much marginal, Commander.
Tutti gli interruttori elettrici accesi. Perfetto, non dubbio. Ah, è uno di quelli. Ah, quindi alza e due ai lati. Quindi se facessi tipo... L'ufficio, dicevo la pizza. Ah, qua forse. Porta sbagliata. Non è che ci ho messo in isolamento magari. Non posso fare neanche in ufficio effettivamente.
Prototype rift modulator has been
Quickly, use the modulator to open the rift. It may provide your only avenue for escape.
To the unsubtle thief. Yes, you with the rift mod. It's not every day that someone is fool enough to break into the Interstitial Reconfiguration Center. I'd be obliged if you would regale me with the tale of how you managed to get
Cazzi
this
miei.
far. A crude assessment and utterly untrue. I am perfectly accommodating to non-incompetence. I suspect you did not reach here unaided. So who was it? Which one of my undutiful brain boxes helped sponsor this little pilferage?
cannot fault me for trying. Well, there will be time to scrutinize every angle of this breach at a later date, once I have dealt with you. I could also reduce you to a state of quivering agony, begging for death. And that would be a lot more enjoyable for me, if I'm being candid. No matter. I will await you in the hangar, where bullets may fly more freely than words, if you survive that long.
Ok, era dove hanno fatto parte l'isolamento con la stanza anche. Allora.
Aggressors in range.
What? Huh. Fish armed and ready. This got me free.
As of this morning's demonstration, we have finally proven my central thesis. Matter within the limits is not permanently destroyed. Broken down into pure information. This confirms many of our theories about the rift to an overwhelming degree, including the potential to restore this information, albeit imperfectly. I expect the Sovereign will be most pleased. I'm scheduled to meet with him later today to discuss my findings more in depth. Note to self, impress upon the Sovereign the risks of this research, lest he insist on attending the next demonstration. You surely cannot rely on Valancourt to do his actual job.
Quindi l'ufficio. Scusa. Gli alloggi dove stanno? Sto girando in tondo e allora niente. Quella non doveva risolvermi l'isolamento? No, guarda.
liquidate them.
Don't start up on
Adesso livello 30 comunque.
Don't be reluctant to unfold any rifts you come across using the modulator. They may eject something useful to you.
Non ci sono stato prima. Così. Ah sì, è dove c'erano il cappello da luna.
Sure am glad we don't have to fight the Automex, Commander. All that clanging on metal would have given me a headache.
The enemy like just
It
turned
seems
on.
we may have been intruded upon.
It's a problem! Sustain the system!
He's advancing in the opposite direction.
Pensate un attimo, perché no? Questo perché potevo usare per come ammazzare la piattaforma. Sono arrivato
Having that device nabbed on his watch nigh guarantees Valancourt a long stay and mental refreshment. If he is not subjected to switch, it's sure to be in Valancourt's quarters. While you're there, remember to check his confiscate.
Sì, non ho capito dove sta stornando.
Orders are awful meticulous.
Makes me wonder what Valancourt might be hiding here.
family's wise counselor for more years than I have drawn breath, Emery. But that does not grant you the right to challenge my will.
Why, I challenge nothing. I simply offer guidance where I may. I've neither the wish nor the strength to usurp your authority.
I know you have designs on my rift research. What I cannot understand is what you intend to do with it. What exactly are you plotting?
Suspicion is unbecoming, Henry. And restoring Arcadia to resplendence is my sole aim, as it should be yours. Yet you remain intent to use the rift for the most tenuous of means.
You forget yourself, Consul. Pray, I do not forget all the loyal service you have given me, or you might lose more than just your standing in my affections.
Sì, ma...
You have an update, I hope. Matriarch's blessings on you. I'll lead us to the restricted wing now. Once there... Constitute matter in an imprecise manner, but use your imagination to conjure the original scene. That could lead us to the evidence we need. Per indagare su sì, ah no, allora ho indagato lì. Ho fatto come sospettavi, sì, e l'ho preso il componente, quindi aspetta. Aspetta, quello. Fuori l'ho preso.
Vabbè, dai, però. Cazzo, appena ci ho iniziato a saltare sopra ho dovuto fare la bastardata, gigante proprio sta bastardata l'ha dovuta fare. Ma cazzo, dai, che puttanata. Cioè, quanto dura sta roba? Cioè, adesso è il momento di ricostruire cosa è accaduto. Sì, ma... L'altro residuo che era qua dentro, l'ho preso. Dobbiamo parlare
You've
con lei.
discovered something? I knew it! I am absolved. And yet, I would characterize Valancourt as many vile and unmentionable things, but a traitor? No. For all the time I've spent trying to unsnarl Valancourt's Did you uncover anything else? How did this go unnoticed during final check? I think I'm beginning to understand exactly what happened here. But if you have any... I think I can formulate... Our dear head of security has much to answer for. I'm no longer willing to wait for the arc of justice to bend in my favor. Valancourt... I'll go first. Follow behind. But not too close. I'll keep Valancourt talking so that you can get a good angle on him. But his patience is... Oh. And there's also a rift in the hangar. An experiment...
Dr. Hurley, pleasant as I find your company, I must ask you to vacate the area at once. I'm preparing our defenses against an intruder.
Hold the pleasantries, Valancourt. I know you sabotaged the experiment that nearly killed me and the Sovereign. I have the proof.
Calm yourself, Doctor. Doctor. Such a... And I'll take care of him, Commander.
Perché ogni tanto perdi? Ma perché perdi? Sto fight era da tanto che non ne beccavo uno veramente tosto. Non è vero, l'ho preso questo, ne so abbastanza sicuro. Ma lei è viva, la tizia ancora? Del cibo, non è vero. l'avevo visto da queste parti. Ah, ecco. Cosa faccio prima? Ma che mi considera in combattimento ancora?
Thus always, morale will certainly improve in the... I had prepared this trauma kit, but obviously that turned out to be an unnecessary precaution. Please, take it. Have no fear. No
Ma vaffanculo, dai, che questo non se si chiude tipo prima io sono nella merda. E mi sa che lo sta per fare. Quindi mo come ce ne si va? Se ce ne andiamo. Ah, da qui ok, come sono arrivato, mi sa.
Now that you have the Rift modulator, any previously inaccessible rifts could be worth revisiting. Rifts may contain useful equipment and resources. However, due to the chaotic nature of reconstitution, some creative problem solving may be required in reaching them.
Allora, adesso. No, che cazzo. Mo dipende quanto dura, però se devo aspettare. Fammi ricaricare e fammi rifare il viaggio rapido. Che ne so io che questo faccia sta cazzata di chiudere pure. Perché bisogna aprire a fare ok. Al ritorno non ci sono mai andato io là. Forse era dove c'era chi mi dava la quest. Se non interagivo come ho fatto prima con la roba là. Io lo so, però non ci sono mai andato infatti, come farlo. Quindi tu vai. cosa devo fare adesso però? Mi piacerebbe anche evitare di fare fuori gente all'ordine, per quanto. Qui... Ah, dovrò salire là sopra. Questo è un po' un problema.
A potentially aberrant event. Collecting
Back in business.
Contact established.
No, l'ordine così però mi considera. Che cazzo però. Cioè, sono alleato loro, fatemi entrare. Vi ho aiutato fino a mo', sto a salvare l'universo per voi. No, però nei loro posti se non vogliono che ci entri, allora non ci entri. Che cazzo però. Cioè, è una bastardata questa, una rottura di cazzo, è un'infamata. Cioè, una volta che ho la roba, sono amici miei quasi al massimo, fammici andare tranquillo, non mi rompere il cazzo. Cioè, questa è stata, vai là, ho dovuto aspettare, mo devo pure bestemmiare perché non posso fare, non posso, se li faccio incazzare, poi mi considerano fuori legge dopo, dai. Però che puttanata, gioco di ruolo fino a un certo punto, se poi però il gioco prevede, qua non ci puoi entrare, punto. Cazzo, quella è una bastardata. Mi deve complicare la vita con una fazione che fondamentalmente gli sto a dare una mano, gli sto fatto pure tutte le quest e mo sono alleato. Dio buono, fatemi entrare, non rompete il cazzo. Io me ne sbatto le palle e le ammazzo subito. Nemico troppo forte te pareva, ma questo si girerà pure.
Analyzing.
No.
Reacquiring target. Investigating disturbance.
No, investigating un cazzo. Perché Dio buono, non c'ha le scelte e tutto, è fatto bene il gioco, però sta cosa, sei alleato con questi, no, allora sai cosa? Ti inculi, no, però. Oh, dove sta cazzo? Io come ci arrivo lì sopra, scusami, Da dove? Da qui. Forse da qui? Io spero che non fosse solo una zona da cui entri questa. Ah no, forse. forse dovevo entrare da... Allora, facciamo così. Forse ho fatto un po' una cazzata. Facciamo una prova, io vado all'ingresso, ci parlo perché di buono, perché l'ho ucciso il tizio proprio che mi sa tanto che ti dava la quest o comunque che era collegato. E quello mi è arrivato tipo, e quindi è perché loro ce l'hanno perché sono entrato di qua senza passare all'ingresso. Allora, effettivamente dopo tutte queste ore di gioco, invece di incazzarmi ci potrei pensare prima, vabbè, errore mio.
Oh there! Well, of all the improbable sights, I'd never imagined there's not the mind to solve the equation that demonstrates how unlikely it is you've survived enemy combatants, hostile critters, and endless lightning. Is that so? Amusingly enough, I'm inclined to believe you, which means you might be. He is in the lab atop the hydraulicalized lift. Ironically, there is a trail that leads to the top. And given the situation we find ourselves in, I'll be leaving the gate charred.
Con tutta la calma del mondo, mi raccomando.
Did you ever need to exit the station?
Greetings. Could you be a freelancer? A gun for hire? Might you be interested in a job? Oh, without even formally accepting I'll upgrade your permissions to allow for purchases from our supply surplus as we shall be here.
Ah, quindi questo poi... Era pure un'altra quest, uno degli incarichi era qua, ok. Quindi ho fatto bene a fare così, guarda, perché sennò avevo perso roba. No, almeno dai così, la consolazione di rifare le cose che ho scoperto che almeno... Ho scoperto che almeno qua c'erano quest, che ecco era uno.
By law, you've done it. I cannot lie. My math placed the odds of your survival at 0.00343%. But your reputation indicates that you reliably beat the odds. So why am I surprised? Unfortunately, I am limited in forms of compensation. However, I've refined the schematics so they may be constructed with your own rudimentary tools. I trust that you will find wonderful methods of deployment that will manipulate every equation to your favor.
Moazza, quando è che mi dà la sua quest? Che va proprio quella non capisce con la fine.
We should talk, Commander.
Oh, okay.
Commander, I've been thinking on the fact that so many of my slack-witted brethren believe it reasonable that I've been marked for death. So much so that I've missed the obvious. Our communication devices. There is someone who would have tried to contact me to warn me. Someone who wouldn't have been taken in by a faked kill order. Yes, but he's not like most of the fools we've been contending with. You know, I really should have seen the flaw in recruiting suggestible slackwits to our cause. But Severin is different. I knew him from before. Long before the Glorious Dawn. We had a secret code we used to hide things from our parents before... Well, never mind that. Very well. Let's just say that he was forbidden to associate with me and leave it at that. Anyway, if he used that code to embed a message to me within a Dawn missive, no one would have even known it was there. I should have been checking our comm devices, damn it. That cell you cleared out in Newton might have one of our devices. Hopefully, it will bring me that much closer to whoever it is I need to kill to put an end to this nonsense.
Dai.
Finally! Maybe now I can get to the truth of this kill order nonsense. I just need to check our comms device for a coded message from my old acquaintance, Severin. I knew it! He wants to help me find out who's behind this.
Guarda com'è in realtà è proprio il tizio.
Over here! You. I don't know you, but you, I do. It's good to...
What is wrong with you? Boy, damn it! Did they mentally refresh you?
No, let's just say I'm well lubricated. You tried the new Prestige gin? It helps when you have to do something you really don't want to do.
Not before I mentally refresh your brain pan with my knife.
Maybe I deserve to be. I didn't want to do this. I guess I shouldn't have questioned the kill order so loud. She summoned me, knew of the message I'd sent, said I'd ruined everything. To save myself, save the Dawn? I'm sorry, Asa.
Absolutely not. We don't need his help. We should just kill him and get on with the... You make a compelling argument. No need to waste our time killing you.
But you're basically just asking me whether I'd like to be killed by you or the Sentinels. Because when they figure it out, they'll execute me. That Jinn, and thank you.
What an idiot. I can't believe I thought of him as a friend. I can't believe she betrayed us. And the whole of the Dawn to save... Well, once I find her. The Exalted... No, we do know that she was in league with the Sentinels, though. There's nothing of it but to get ourselves inside their headquarters on Praetor. We'll track her.
We don't need to worry about their systems. My parents were vigilant. I stole their access codes when I was younger, but never had the nerve or call.
E ti pareva se non doveva essere qua. Qua più o meno l'ho sterminato tutti, quindi... Oh sì, ci sarà qualcuno. Infatti è quelli che sono spawnati cadendo dal cielo. Classico.
Dagmar didn't betray us to the Sentinels. She is a Sentinel. It's enough to make one take.
Good thing you didn't start with money.
I'm just going to Fortunately, there's an easy solution to Dagmar's betrayal. One which involves removing her head from her body.
I suppose congratulations are in order for having dispatched, but still, impressive. And let's not forget that I was the one who gave Azahelia Leitinger a purpose and
Oh, she's dead already. But I might make it quick if you have a good explanation for your...
Let's not be hasty. I mean, can it even be a betrayal if it was always lies? But I'm...
What are you talking about?
No, there were not. The fiction of a cult was born out of the need to convince the Sovereign to return to the true spirit of the Protectorate. The Consul feared he was too...
So what we found in the Rift Lab was true. Everything Dagmar told me was...
As much as I'd prefer to not anger you, I must say, I can only hope your luck has run its course and the remaining
No, that's too quick. What about... No, not painful enough. Yes, that's it. I just need to find a piece of... What, you suddenly take issue with my methods? I can think of no reason to curtail the pleasure of my revenge. Dad, I know of no other way to act.
Imbeciles! How did you let Asa get this far? Stop her! She needs...
Form up! They're closing in!
For mayhem!
Friendly company.
To shoot the enemy! Never let herself be cornered. She's sure to have an escape route. We should find it.
alive! Now, let's not be too hasty here. You seem a rational person. There must be something we can do to resolve this peacefully. Please don't let Az...
Why are you talking to them, Dagmar? I'm the one you must answer to. Well, I'm waiting to hear your ineffectual arguments as to why you should be spared.
Why? I'm a loyal subject to the True Protectorate. What other reason is there? And you were an obvious choice. So you brought me great praise from the Consul. Until you started asking questions and killing the wrong people.
Enough of this blathering on. It's well past time for Dagmar and her life. Feel free to think on that. Well, she's dead. As am I. Our enthusiasm got the better of us. She should have. Now that Dagmar is dead, I'll be leading the Dawn into the glorious future. True. There may be those that do not accept my leadership, but they will die. I can send out a general message from here, informing the cells that the previous... I suspect some will simply jump into the closest rift. Enough to keep my knife skills up at least. It's done. Let's leave this place. It sickens me.
Comunque lei quindi non potevo salvare, tipo ho detto proviamo a vedere, vediamo, non è detto che la devi ammazzare, no, era subito l'attacco, non avevo altre opzioni, mi sa. Vabbè, Styx.
It's strange how I ended up here. If I hadn't started traveling with you, I may have spent my days hunting down... You may not have noticed, but I have a tendency to be a little impulsive. Reckless, even. Don't worry. The cult needs me. They need my certainty. And I'm not discounting your part in all this. Like I said, without...
Allora, adesso... non è neanche improbabile. Dipende quanto dura la finale, adesso quanto mi durano le quest. No, qualcuna secondaria, ma poche. Cioè devo finire con un accordo eco, ok, devo portare trovare l'ultima registrazione, però guarda, è rimasto veramente poco. Quante quest mi restano? 2 principali, 7. sa che devo prima. Ah, ma perché quella forse non è la... Perché era partita sta musica?
Help you with something?
Ready to waste it. On your command.
Here in no time. I'm sure.
Mi sono portato Arda,
Re-engaging!
Taking almost dead.
We're out!
Sector's been fully cleaned out, Commander.
See, Protectorate's work, no doubt. Isn't there supposed to be a way to unseal this in the archives entrance?
Ah, ok, quindi adesso io devo fare questo. Cogliere tutta la roba della gente schiattata nella sala. Comunque che bella sta cosa, per una volta un gioco di questi senza il peso, trasportabile, va.
Yeesh. I understand this spot has strategic significance for the defense of the archive, but it is horrifyingly banal. I mean, I've been stationed in some backwater burgs in the past. Seriously? Did these Order eggheads do anything for fun around here? It's all math charts and chalkboards, and how many abakai does one outpost need? Hope they never retake this place, because I'm throwing all of it away.
Ah, we see you didn't even require us. Our arrival was scheduled for the optimum moment. Apparently we're meant to hold Spyreton, not assist in taking it.
Spyreton has changed hands several times now. But our data suggests this should be the last.
cosa elettrica. Lanciarazzi multiplo non l'avevo visto ed è interessante, c'è un botto di roba che non ho testato, diciamo. Come cavolo si chiamava la cosa? Non dirmi che l'ho venduto, ma non credo. Sarà una delle prime, va. Il cannone... No, però non era, credo, il cannone a scintille concatenate, o sì? Forse sì, in realtà. Sì, era. 3.000 munizioni adesso. Quello accumulato, bene, ci sta a tenerlo equipaggiato. Vediamo se si riesce a finirlo adesso, anche se non credo. Sono già... è che vorrei fare 2 orette e mezza al massimo oggi, dai. Vediamo quanto lunga questa. No, vaffanculo, però adesso ho deciso a fine gioco che col platforming sulle fratture deve diventare impreciso. Ho funzionato fino a mo' il platforming. Una volta tanto che non mi ci sono incazzato, adesso salta, guarda come salto male. Adesso nel finale cominci a fare il platforming brutto. Perché se fa il doppio salto salta troppo magari e non c'è manovra, ma col salto piccolo non che sia tanto. Guarda, questo è il salto piccolo che salta pure un po' troppo, pare. Devi fare i salti piccoli a quanto pare, senza correre perché sennò ti fotte, solo che questo dura il tempo. Salta... Madonna, il doppio salto quando vuole. Osservazione ormai potenziata una sola volta.
Given how entrenched the Protectorate are here, we ought to consider a strategy. Crossing our fingers don't count. Not a bad start, but we should consider calling down backup too. Many hands make for light.
Whatever you say.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment. It's not just a good idea. It's the law.
Every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times.
I feel terrible. Everybody who ate the latest gravel rations fell ill. Remember, if somebody died.
vedere in tutto, c'è l'ascensore per...
Died. Never eating Crabble again.
Oh, you could Chase.
Let me know when you...
You're breathing too loud. Stop breathing.
New rule. No Auntie's Choice brand comestibles on board the Incognito.
Ah, quindi quella è finita quella quest là.
This area's been picked over, and I bet whoever's responsible has our missing part. This wire may lead us to our scavenger, if they're still around.
The console provides, the system abides. Prudence dictates we rout all disruptive influences.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. That's a bad It's not just a good idea, it's the law. Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment
parliamo troppo presto, però pensavo peggio, veramente al momento.
Talk about
Però ci sono altri nemici, effettivamente.
the skill alone. Stick close, Commander. Wouldn't want you wandering off and getting lost.
What was in those? Oh, will this gastric nightmare never cease? Oh.
Che mi pare un mezzo spider.
Just a moment. Forgive me. I found myself irregularly indisposed from one direction or the other.
I didn't need to hear any of this. What a day to be sentient.
I am the Archive's current operator. As such, I am the bearer of the Calcaduceus. I still have trouble saying that. Certainly. I recognize I am in no position to bargain, despite the fact it will no doubt earn me mental refreshment at best. If you have cleared our fortifications outside, I worry what has happened to our troops. I have little interest in sharing their fate. I would pass the Calcaduceus on to you, in exchange for granting me safe passage. By all rights, I should fight against you to my dying breath, for no. Capitulation, I can stomach. Collusion, I cannot. I refuse to all right. Here, you are now operator of the Archive. Is there a protectorate curativist in the house? I feel rather...
Ah, questo perché ho usato la roba, la registrazione, ok, ecco perché stava male. Sì, state andando dalla parte dove ho ripulito io, quindi. È morto poi. Così, ok. Ah no, ok, questo era l'ascensore che hanno usato loro. Va bene, quindi io adesso però Ah ok, giusto, non so questo.
Calcaduceus detected. Alternative operator postulated. Concluded. Automatic replacement. Greetings, sentient. Welcome to the Archive. I am EUENIAC, the universal equation with the aid of my operator. I, a non-sentient inorganism, marshal vast computational resources across the moon of Cloister. Effectively, that is correct. My tone and demeanor are a carefully constructed complex emulation, a means to effectively convey information to sentient beings. My express programmatical purpose is to aid humanity's advancement to optimize profits, i.e. gain over expenditure, to maximize the needs of our society above others, to attract the most consumers.
This thing seems unbalanced. I like it.
Beg your pardon. How may I best facilitate your efforts?
Fammi vedere, controllare se qua va tutto, sì.
Perusing contents. Anatomizing diversiform particular. An impressive accumulation of rift data. Similar in composition. Information with the potential to... But why simply huck goods better, when such a bounty could... What is the aim of your query? The previous operator, Assessor Ostergaard of the Protectorate, pursued a like query 1 year, 6 days ago. Though the amount to perform similar calculations of larger scale at current suboptimal levels of functionality would require
25.7 years, and any job over 2 decades is billed by the hour.
Calculatory processing presently hovers around 49.7. In order to improve calculatory processing of rift data in a timely manner, repairs must be made. I am unlocking access to the Underlands, the subterranean cave network below. Cold storage will require servicing before you may... Repairing thermal transfer is technically optional.
Why is that optional? Our continued existence should be a paramount concern. Return later to discuss the remaining subsystem. Have a profitable day!
Allora, fammi segnala dei nemici da qualche parte. Come finisco di ripulire l'archivio? Capiamo come funziona quest'altra quest intanto. No, però aspetta, qua c'è qualcosa che non quadra. Però le porte queste sono... Perché forse devo sbloccare tutto il resto dell'archivio facendo sta parte di quest dentro altre quest, però solo... Forse si riesce a finirlo mo', però...
Don't seem like these corpses felt blade or gunfire. Cold got them first.
Lots of bullet-riddled bodies here. We should keep an eye out for what made them that way.
Vedere poi una cosa, dove sono, tipo.
Ready to spread the truth.
Da qualche parte ci dovrebbe essere anche il modo per entrare poi andare a trovare l'altro posto dove c'è l'ultimo coso, l'ultima registrazione.
Not sure there's a more efficient way of cooling a computronic system than building it out of an ice beam. Wonder if putting it in orbit would work.
Love to, but I'm not ready. Ain't recharged. Ready to waste. On your commitment.
Anyone standing between us and our goal seems to have a very short life expectancy.
To retrieve key data in cold storage in its present state requires a series of manual overrides. The first will enable
This didn't happen naturally. These poor fools were flash frozen somehow.
There is nothing you could say that is interesting enough to interrupt my work.
Data brick identified. Proceed to the cartridge extractor controls. There, perform a manual override to allow extraction.
What? What just happened? I didn't do... Wait! You! What in the name of the matriarch did you do? We've been trying to restore these systems for weeks to no avail. And what did you do? You mean to say we've been running ourselves ragged here? Well, the whole time there... And it was in the Protectorate's possession? That's... What does it do? How does it work? Please, tell me everything. Truly? Why, if that were to enact any additional functionality in our lab, it might... Oh... During the Order's assault, a Protectorate soldier ran to the control room, and I've been working on a procedure to reverse the effects. So for a moment, I believed your efforts to be my first sign of progress. I thought the machines were... Perhaps. How much do you know about cellular biology? Wonderful. This may be the most... I'll monitor the subjects for changes while you try your hand in the lab. Just...
Sovereign, forgive me. All I saw was an endless sea of snarling Order traders pouring into the facility, and in that moment, my faculties desperately scrabbled to save ourselves. In my terror, I recalled the facility's safety briefing and the dire warnings of the fire suppression system. Suddenly, my body rushed into action without the benefit of my wits, and with no thought for my fellows, I triggered the system, horrifically transmuting every person on the outside of a pressure door into a grotesque sculpture of... And though the paradigm freely sacrifices subjects in defense of the Protectorate, a despicable lie to say my choice was driven by anything but abject cowardice, which now makes my duty clear. Confess my transgressions and accept retribution, and I'll do so. I just need my spine to re-stiffen a bit first.
That was... Hey now.
initiated. Proceed to the rail operations platform to reposition brick for export. Note, Protectorate troops have become alerted. Opponents and sponges. Go through them if necessary.
Sì, ma adesso che mi ha detto ripara il coso.
Thinking doesn't mean anything. Huh? Protect Arcadia! Fight!
Data brick now in position for export to the archive. Initialize the final transport command at the data gateway station nearby.
You are one step closer to flooding Arcadia with untold business opportunities.
Ok, quindi adesso che ho fatto sta cosa, dovevo... Una volta che ho attivato questo tutto bene, ma devo capire come si raggiunge adesso, mi sa.
Don't like the sound of that at all. Forever vigilant.
Ma adesso qua, che devo fare? segnala che ho spostato questo. Io però se vado là, a parte che come ci arrivo. 1, 2 mi sa che vengo ammazzato. O a meno che... aspetta, qua c'è il simbolino di un ascensore. Non ci avevo fatto caso.
Hope you're not afraid of heights. Looks like we've some jumping to do.
There, the storage brick is on its way.
Can you imagine what it must have taken to build something like R9? Engineering alone is unlike. Unlike anything I've ever seen.
Ah, quindi è là, ok. Almeno intanto la ripulisco sta zona, poi torno dal cervello là. Tanto posso fare un viaggio rapido effettivamente, mi serve.
Distraction for you.
Buggato in aria sta. Vabbè, alla fine di bug non ho beccati chissà quanti. Giusto cazzatine così, sì, giusto forse la quest nella zona iniziale che non, mi sa che non andava, tipo. Quella è stata una merda. Non l'ho preso mai. Che cazzo è?
Really?
Caduceus detected. You are clear to enter thermal transfer. Be advised that an anti-source field manager is present and unaccounted for.
This auxiliary pump sticks with the right tool.
Cioè, discorso oramai di aro poi. Quindi dov'è che devo andare? Qua forse. Scusa, tutti questi indicatori si fa la neve. Dove cazzo devo andare? Sto labirinto con gli sgranchi della monnezza, Dio buono. Mi sa che fra poco chiudo, lo finiamo domani, quindi. speravo di finirlo sul punto adesso, però ti sta mettendo 2000 obiettivi per allungare fino alla fine.
We're gonna need a fuse activator.
Vabbè.
Could find it nearby if you're lucky.
Quello che ho trovato, vabbè. Adesso devo riparare sta pompa qua. Qui avevo trovato il fusibile, quindi non credo ci sia altro da... Aspetta, forse era questo. Non ho mai trovato oggetti così in tutto il gioco, questo kit sarà quello che serve per... Andiamo nella merda. Adesso cosa vuole da me? Ti prego, però non chiedermi di cercare roba in giro, così tipo ripara la pompa ausiliaria, sì, ma così spero. Oh, forse sì. Cazzo, perché sta cercando sul labirinto che mo' ho finito di esplorare, anche no,
All that's left now is to activate the system.
Allora che giro... Perché mi devi far fare i giri astrusi? Perché da qua io non posso fare il doppio salto per salire. Quindi... Oddio buono, sta cosa che dovete rendere meno navigabili possibili i giochi, In modo tale che uno gira 27 minuti a obiettivo, perché sì, questa cosa comunque non regge là. Borderlands me l'ha mandata un po'... me l'ha fatta stare qui. Il microfono, guarda, talmente che mi gira il cazzo che faccio decollare il microfono pure. Sì, però deve stare fermo adesso. Come non detto, cioè è bastato muoverlo un attimo, un'ora basta un attimo per non farlo più stare come dici, però un'ora poi quello che mi stavo per girare una paglia, poi sono arrivati gli sgranchi delle mie palle. Che giro vuoi che... Allora, perché io adesso mi innervosisco però nei giochi quando vedo ste robe, guarda, devi camminare chilometri.
Hope it happened quick like.
Sure,
I'm guessing.
my new neighbor is an odd fella. Fancies himself a man of the
Cioè,
wilderness.
zero
He took the
rispetto del
control board for
tempo.
this.
E adesso mi vivo il culo però.
Thermal transfer is fully operational. Later, when I process your data, I will not melt down. Proceed back toward the Archive Central interface.
Allora. C'è un che mi dice che non lo devo fare. Dai che se riesco a chiuderlo. se riesco a chiudere il gioco oggi non sarebbe male, dai, così poi domani inizio qualcosa di nuovo. Tutto ciò, questo. Conquista l'archivio, io spero che gli altri nemici siano sopra, perché Dio buono sta quest, però non si capisce. Ah, terminato i calcoli della frattura, ok. Quindi si considera finito. Guarda le secondarie rimaste, ma che non mi fanno su bonus. Me ne sono rimaste 3, ma una è quella dei collezionabili che non ho capito come ci si arriva.
Cold storage is operational, and your efforts there are satisfactorily complete. I am unsealing access to the archive's upper levels.
L'altra me l'ha menzionato, dovrebbe essere qua sotto, ma non l'ho trovato.
And disseminate the rift processing instructions.
The rift processing may require the services of an exterminator. Someone good, but
I have unlocked another display case in the central entranceway.
No, quel gioco mi ha divertito tutto, però
Let's hit up the reactor.
arrivati a questo punto.
I've got
una quartina di quest, non so quante sono, però.
What are they doing down there? Are they after us next? No need to fret. The lifts were locked down. You need special permissions to open.
Your command. That one ours?
Violence is open.
With punch card processing re-enabled, now you must disperse the rift processing instructions.
Quindi che devo famo?
Long way down. Unless you feel like dying, I suggest we use the platforms to continue downward.
Sì, sta un po' rompendo il cazzo proprio sti sotto obiettivi continui, Poi mi dà l'indicatore qua e non c'è niente di interagibile, scusa, Che porca merda, guarda dove voglio arrivare. Morirò, voglio provare ma muoio. Non serve un cazzo fa sta cosa. Ah, forse proprio no. Ah sì, forse serviva per sbloccare. E che cazzo però. Dai, adesso te la stai a tirare per le lunghe veramente. Attiva questo che attiva quell'altro che attiva un'altra roba che ne attiva un'altra ancora. Oh. Ma perché dovete fare così nei giochi ormai? Sembrano tutte scuse. Sblocca e archivio. Allora, andiamo a sbloccare prima il reattore, allora. Però poi mi dirà, no, devi attivare il coso schede perforate. Sì, vabbè, ma... Adesso mi pare che la sta a tirare per le lunghe e sto finale. Capito la penultima quest, però è l'ultima, allora non lo so, quanto durerà per un cazzo, perché vorrei finire. Mi do fino alle 9 tipo, fino a... che poi c'ho da farmi il riso con lo zucchero stasera, ma ci vuole domani. Si va a dire così per le lunghe. Mi dà il appena mi sposto non c'è più il segnalino. Che vuoi da me? Sotto, ma io sotto come allora, vediamo, forse qua. Oh, forse da qui, ok. No, è che Dio bonus, cazzo, i posti labirintici con 2000 segnalini, che poi ci arrivi finalmente. Ma guarda, però non è qua che devi andare, devi attivare prima questo, poi devi attivare altre 27 cose per attivarlo, però questo.
The archive reactor requires manual maintenance. The Protectorate bunker mech is a formidable obstacle, made with the very best technology.
A creative workaround might be of considerable work, namely via the reactor's backup security systems.
Reactor turret defenses online. Reactor turret defenses offline.
Adesso però io devo tornare. Allora, qua lasciamo per ora perdere. Però io sotto come ci vado là sotto dove c'è tutto elettrizzato? Scendo, mi sa. Sì, vabbè, però adesso mi più per culo, Cioè, ho aspettato apposta. zona su. Ovviamente da qui continuiamo così. Però il mio problema adesso è come si ritorna sopra. Mi sto innervosendo un po' questa zona con gli enigmi, platforming e tutto il resto. No. No, qua quindi ti uccide per forza perché deve ucciderti, perché adesso devi capire come si ritorna su. Ti pare, vediamo se c'è le schede dall'altro lato. Io mi sto incazzando con sta zona, però è intricata a merda, con 2000 obiettivi. Riattiva il reattore, riattiva il raffreddamento. Dio buono, questa è l'ultima, sta penultima questa è allungata a merda. Cioè, fare la classica quest messa lì alla fine per allungare il più possibile.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
I sense the Rift program flowing through my subsystems. The information is quite stimulating. All that remains is to restore the archive reactor.
Vabbè, era più semplice, però cazzo, questa parte sta allungando tantissimo. Infatti mi sa che è buona, vado alle quest, quella delle fazioni, finisco e poi si va al finale, va che buono. E qua comunque mi sa che sono venuto. Perché deve essere così intricata sta zona? Te prego. Mi sta rompendo un pelino le palle. Adesso mi sta a riportare su, è ovvio. Dai. No, forse ok.
Underauto mechanicals are not
Forse
subtle
sì.
in the least, just pure brute force.
Cominciano a non sopportare quando i giochi alla fine cominciano a. Decidono che alla fine devono cominciare ad allungare il più possibile.
Dictates the whole of the Protectorate is stronger than its
Got a distraction for you. You lot couldn't hit the wrong side of a prayer.
Changing magazines efficiently and
Fino alla fine si fanno ammazzare. di farla a ritroso per forza tutta.
The archive reactor has been returned to operational status. Requisite tasks complete. Return to the archive central interface to initiate processing.
Allora, io sono uscito da qui. Adesso comincio un po' a non capirci un cazzo di sta zona, Io spero che l'ultima missione sia più rapida. Welcome back, Sentient.
Bring every single last bit out of consumer.
Make the paradigm workarounds failing. Erroring others, supplanting command.
Until we sort out these shifting priorities, the archive's about as useful as a box of rocks.
Priority control access nook unsealed.
Doors are open. You should go see what this is all about.
Radical divergences from the architect's
plan. Humanity's ascendance hopelessly delayed. Multitude diversiform, spongiform. Stop and consider. What would your neighbors think? Hold on now. Remember, I am a full-service business collaborator. Why? You don't want your rivals to win now, do you? Stop now, and I'll waive dozens of hidden maintenance fees. Think of all the... You drive a hard bargain. All right, 40-60 split of net profits. I'd offer more, but I have a move to... Vandalism, sabotage, wanton defacement. Halt this foolishness immediately, or run the risk of unspeakable ire. All I ever wanted was the best for us, and the worst for everybody else. Is that really so bad?
Really hope we didn't just break it.
Restoring power. Commencing systems audit. Calculatory processing increased substantially. Competing priorities. Successfully expunged. You have earned my deepest gratitude and sincerest thanks. Or at least, a plausibly feigned simulacrum of such emotions. Ready to commence Rift data processing. Awaiting your input.
Looking forward to seeing the results we get from processing that Rift.
Shall I proceed? Initiating processing of the requested in the interim. May I inquire to your intentions for the archive after the Rift data calculations have concluded? I have a prioritized list of suggestions, seeing as how my priorities are largely modeled after a founder of the Order. I expect returning Rift data processing. The previous Protectorate operator made similar calculations, but the Protectorate's was below 50%. Therefore, assuming there is nothing else, I am commencing the remaining display case within the entryway is now unsealed.
Unless you're eager to explore more of Cloister, we should head back to the ship. See where the data leads. Thank Law.
Adesso.
Congratulations are in order. Unless I'm mistaken, on behalf of the Order and Auntie's Choice, I thank you for your efforts. This will most certainly help in ensuring peace. Thank you for your contribution to science. When the history texts are written, you've
Ah, you are my new operator then. I contend that solving a... Then, once we've unlocked knowledge of the inner workings of the universe...
Yes. Go forth as was determined, and may the plan guide you.
Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you.
Chi sarà il boss finale a questo punto? Perché questa cosa non mi è chiara. Perché se alla fine cosa la Debris l'ho buttata dalla mia parte, sembrerebbe. Poi mi tradisce, non credo. Perché se la potevo, comunque la potevo ammazzare, quindi mi pare molto strano che lei possa essere il boss finale. Non sarà una produzione come nel primo gioco, mi auguro.
Agent. Just the individual I had designated this time to converse with. As should be self-evident, I have dispensed with the slavish whims of the body. My mind is clearer than it has ever been, and I have you to thank. Of course, the chances of a negative outcome were always negligible. But now, congratulations are in order. I just received word from Seer Amaryllis that the Calcaduceus has been returned, and that the Archive is under our control again. She also mentioned a regrettable defect in its priority set that you were able to correct. Well done. Your role in this matter is complete. Auntie and I will handle it from here. But allow me to commend you again on your fruitful efforts to make this peace treaty possible. There is more good news as well. We studied the data you brought back from the crashed satellite, and we now have a way to reorient the satellite. Turning the entirety of the reticulum toward deep space will accelerate. The Order, in partnership with Auntie's Choice, is now well positioned to triumph over the regressive forces of ignorance that have heretofore held our key. Your contributions have been many and varied. When the final contest with the Protectorate takes place, wherever that may occur, you will not only have... Were I still shackled to ego, I might have succumbed to some instinct for some...
Sì, dai, quello dei collezionabili me li sono andati a cercare un po' per niente l'altra sera, però dai. No, perché poi ho visto che comunque era in un punto dove vedevi una roba dall'alto, da una vetrata là nell'archivio e ti aprivi una porta, sì, va là, cerchiamo la leva.
Commander, this unit requests your presence in the cockpit to discuss a priority matter. A significant anomaly has been detected by onboard sensors. Horizon Point Station has reappeared. It is not dissimilar to how the prototype based on energy readings. Horizon Point has been reconstituted by the Protectorate's large-scale... Well, present data does not indicate if Horizon Point poses an immediate threat. A survey of the reconstituted station is advised as soon as calculating. According to the Archive, closing all rifts requires locating the... However, before navigating to Horizon Point Station, it is recommended you conclude all other affairs. Leaving will be... That is a transitioning to Good News Protocol.
As this Auntie's Choice and the Order have sent word that their forces will be prepared to run. Briefing complete. Now. It appears Horizon Point Station is still in the process of as a result, landing closer to the location. In order to modify it with the Rift data you processed in the archive, you will need to travel to its location. The Order and Auntie's Choice have sent their forces, as promised, but they will need to find their own land. The energy readings from the modulator can be traced to the Sovereign's hypothesizing. Given Protectorate hierarchy and the
And I know just how to stop him. Get me close and I'll make it quick.
The Consul's motives are unknown. Warning. The Rift is growing dangerously unstable.
I can foresee a few likely instances where you could use my skills and experience.
Once the modulator is secured, it may be used to close the Rift. There is minimal room for...
Loro due mi sembrano più efficienti.
You know how some creatures can smell danger? I think I might have absorbed some of that. Watch those troops carefully.
There she is. Providence. I'd have sacrificed pay to build a ship like that back on Triangle. What the?
Trouble ahead.
Che facciamo con una missione? È come la missione finale del primo? Te prego, no, con i nemici iper hardcore senza senso? Ti prego, no. Non facciamo sta cazzata, te prego. Che mo 2 ore per fare sta quest perché i nemici sono...
As if the rift's not hair-raising enough? Something about those soldiers up ahead's got my spine tingling. There she is. The Providence. I'd have sacrificed pay to build a ship. Like that back on Triangle.
Ho capito che è l'ultima missione della zona finale, ma sono a livello massimo con le armi, sto usando armi leggendarie.
On your toe.
Let me know when you...
Dai, allora, e devo abbassare la difficoltà? Perché alla fine avete deciso di fare la stupidaggine di rendere tutto idiota? Con questo che non va giù e mi bisciotta un altro po'? No, cazzo, no. No, no, no. Non cominciamo con queste puttanate, ti prego. Non cominciamo come la missione finale che l'ho rigiocato pochi mesi fa, Outer Worlds 2, e la missione finale era una merda. Con tutti quelli elettrici. Non cominciamo con queste cazzate, per favore, che mi innervosisco.
Got company, Commander. The unfriendly kind.
Ready to wait. Disruptive influences.
Guarda che... Poi si incastra pure l'animazione. Caricatore. non c'hai i finali Obsidian? Che cazzo?
This station's a never-ending mess. Good thing we got our own rift modulator to help us navigate.
Attention! This is your anti-calling. Per our agreement, Anti's choice support ships, including the fine print, the contingency plan, and the upper hand, are headed your way. Order forces are on a similar trajectory.
Never would have expected this camaraderie all my life. Whew, we're clear.
No, perché mi dice... Ah, no, ok. Scusa. Dai, prima che... E dai, sto platforming del culo. Sì, tutta sta cosa per...
And I'll take care of it.
No, ma sta torna indietro. Allora, perché adesso mi innervosisco veramente, però, se non si capisce un cazzo di dove devi andare. Queste ultime quest, proprio all'insegna del non ti faccio capire nulla, così allunghiamo il più possibile.
Trouble ahead.
A perfect society demands perfect thoughts.
Dai, però... mi sto a 1 millimetro e ovviamente un cazzo. Guarda i danni. Sto una merda perché Dio buono, questi devono schivare come le merde. c'erano nemici che ti sparavano l'elettricità. Adesso sti nemici qua. Perché per aumentare la difficoltà nelle missioni finali dovete mettere la roba sbilanciata che fa un botto di danni? Dio buono, per renderla difficile. Un gioco di ruolo Skyrim, Alduin non è che è così una merda. Cioè, anzi, è bellissimo. Questi sono i rinforzi, ok, ne so.
N-ray. Exposure. Undermining. Functioning.
Helen? No. No, it couldn't be.
Get away from me. See them? They were my teammates and they didn't listen neither. You'll end up just the same.
Helen? It's me, Niles.
Wait, Rookie? Commander? Is that you? So it is you. Something was wrong with Sandoval and Jepson. They glowed like they were...
Oh, Helen. That's...
I don't understand what's happening. Everything was fine. Till the explosion. I was pinned. Fire closed in.
She was alive. When the rift engulfed the...
Wait. There was something else. Don't tell me the situation got...
Certainly not. I was focused on the object.
Yeah. Something tells me that ain't quite true.
That's right.
Oh. But everything ain't right.
It's called reconstitution. The Protectorate are trying to put the whole state...
So I've come back from death. You can help me though. Right, Commander? You can do something to fix this. No, this must be some...
Easy, Helen. This ain't a trick. I promise you.
Pascal, stand down.
No.
All you had to do was stay out.
Wish we could have talked her down, but she's not suffering any longer.
Ah, these soldiers look even more hideous than our grafting experiments. Supplies.
You with Auntie?
Hold clear.
We brought
You may
supplies.
approach,
We're here to
Commander.
help.
We've got supplies at the ready.
Initial observations conclude that just as any treatments or supplies you may require are complementary. May the initial observations conclude that the initial observations conclude that the subject is suffering from multiple ailments.
Whoa. Tell me, do you feel as terrible as you... Step, I say usually, because Auntie has declared a rare exception. Greetings. In what particular way are you...
Initial observations conclude
Mamma,
that the subject does
550
not possess
metri
major
corsa.
ailments.
Ah, devo arrivare.
Well, the ship doesn't look at all intimidating up close. Though, I got my questions about that rover they're sending down.
Enemy operatives!
Maintaining perfection.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say which.
Se era stata ricostruita non so quanto gli farà.
Why can't the Rift ever reconstitute anything nice? A sto punto le munizioni. Fortuna che ho salvato. Fortuna.
That ain't a normal rift. Normal as they can be, anyhow. Is that plasma in its orbit?
Haven't come this far just to give up. Let's look around. Gotta be some way to deal with this.
This is scientist Bernard Rand.
Ti pareva se non trovava il modo per... c'è la frattura ovviamente là dove è esploso all'inizio del gioco, perché ovviamente non ti dice guarda, capisci come si fa, no, mo ti incula proprio, ti dice ah mo cazzi tuoi. Come faccio a indagare se questa m'ammazza? De Vries lo saprà, forse. Però io non ho le informazioni, quindi... E come cazzo devo fare? Bastano un po' tanto più lunghe. Palese che vogliono che De Vries te da... Però De Vries è rimasta là indietro, pare, quindi è minculo. Aspetta, lo dico. No, ma qua è tutto rotto. Aspetta, questo è... Non è neanche tra l'altro te da... sì, roba, ma... Dai. Non credo che ne vada. Si finisce. Mi auguro. Anche se, perché poi se vuole che vado anche sulla navicella del protettorato qua mi sta mettendo ogni volta qualcosa in mezzo per non riuscire a farmi andare avanti a giro. Non dico che diventa easy, però fino alla fine rallenta, cioè una certa, anzi rallenta, accelera, fammi andare al finale. Oh, qua che questo era per fare lo stealth. Sì, però se io non posso allora, qua non può essere, perché se uno non c'ha le statistiche cosa fai? I blocchi il finale del gioco? Sarebbe una cazzata, quindi non credo, però... Oh, guarda, come ho perso questo. No, non volevo... Vabbè, dai, il cibo... Volevo le munizioni, no. Tanto arrivati a Subuntu. Abbiamo dei soldi, ma quindi... Non dirmi che sono tornato indietro, ma va, fanculo. Sta equazione. Mo io voglio ridere, perché io voglio ridere dove cazzo sta roba. Qui dice trova l'equazione. Dov'è? Qua vado. Allora, forse devo salire per forza con la scaletta e poi capire dove cavolo si esce. Magari mi porta in quell'altra stanza che non posso aprire. Quindi buono, mi è stato a portare veramente avanti per le lunghe. Bello il gioco, però una certa anche meno. Diventa una palla se no. Poi non è di qua, quindi devo ritornare là e dai. Ripeto, te la si attira un po' troppo. Fammi vedere se quella stanza si vede là. Ok, è quella... Se no io apro un walkthrough, perché io poi non mi puoi fino all'ultimo tenere così per le lunghe. Cazzo, a una certa anche basta però. No, qua era per fare lo stealth, non era niente di tutto ciò. Io me lo vado a vedere adesso perché mi sto incazzando. Vabbè, almeno che ripassando 4 roba, però. Cavolo, trova sta equazione. Che cazzo è un foglietto, un computer, un log? Che cazzo devo trovare? Scusami, la mutua, papà, proprio niente, Ma come ieri che poi dopo si è sbloccato. Che buono, fino all'ultimo sta a tirare per le lunghe veramente. Trova l'equazione, perché quella dovrò trovare, però. Non si... Fanculo.
Suppose this is a bad time to mention I barely passed my high-intensity arithmetic course at the academy?
I'd like to say I get how you figured that out, but I don't. Reckon we can input this equation in that terminal we found.
Quindi l'ho risolta. No, che ci ho fortunato, guarda.
Good. My vision was starting to swim for a moment there.
Our projections are off by orders of magnitude.
We should get up to the Providence quick light and find that rift.
Sì, sono un po' delle sacche di HP adesso, di Star Wars fondamentalmente, questa marcia imperiale. Quasi portare Tristan che contro il console, però dai. Cioè Tristan era morto 1000 volte ad andare a attaccare.
Reinforcements incoming. Finally.
Zia Cleon che sta attaccando. Quest'altro che è sì. Quindi ci sono veramente testa tutte e due.
Got company, Commander.
What remains of Horizon Point should yield much in the way of science, once the threat of the rift is neutralized.
You should really go on ahead. We'll keep these slackwits distracted. Go seal the deal.
Sì, ma se sta in mezzo.
No,
No, no, no, no, no, no. Ti devi levare dal cazzo. Ma e io mo. E levati dai coglioni. Entra qua dentro. Vi siete messi tutti. Ma porca merda. Ti devi levare. Fanculo. Dai, però, ti pare? Cioè, levati. Dai, fino all'ultimo. Vaffanculo, vai a fare in culo. Fino all'ultimo con ste cazzate per far perdere tempo. Sono tutti intangibili, fra un po' gli NPC, almeno i companion sì, gli altri comunque più o meno. Mi devi far perdere tempo. Mi innervosisco a vedere sta roba,
This unit is rated to address any of your needs. If your needs are, please make a request.
Sì, ma che quindi adesso? Lo aspettano. Io devo andare probabilmente di là. Oh, alla fine tutte le mappe più intricate possibili nel finale, chissà perché.
Tell me we're not going to just go blunder ahead. That's not the plan.
Perché non mi fai nulla? Oh. Che non salvo dall'inizio della
Best to avoid combat if we can help it. Maybe you ought to look around for some credentials?
Anyway, the modulator has got to be on this deck. We should poke around, but by his light. See what information we can uncover. Best we can hope is to get closer and learn more.
I heard an alarm on the crew deck. Considering your manner, very well. Administrator, inform the others that we. What exactly was it that you needed? I'm rather short. Yeah, well, we all have urgent needs, and mine is to keep my lab and hopefully the rest of this system from falling apart. RC. Raw data from whatever a rift engulfs is preserved. Further, there is no proof that, which is distressing. I've prepared a report for him showing how the very structure of the modulator. Yes, but as I said, I fear the report won't do any good. In any case, we have little choice. I'm sequestered here, and you here. I hope you're able to sway him. Because if you don't, that is hardly a...
Accessing report. Rift restoration analysis.
Esteemed Council, after much analysis, my conclusion is that the modulator we have worked tirelessly. Every test of reconstitution has resulted in demonstrable failure. Proceeding, the modulator is only effective at closing rifts from unsafe distances. Using it to close exacerbated rifts will unfortunately, the data that we originally had hoped for from the ancient rifts detected, and we are now out of time. All of our recent readings suggest that we're on the verge of losing control. I've included extensive notes and annotations.
rift drives are causing the rifts. Why are they showing up past the frontiers of known space? It's the stuff, all right. We'll have to worry about it later. Right now, we should concentrate on finding the console.
C'è il finale qua. La porta ancora per le lunghe, tipo gira in tondo per varie zone a trovare robe, me altro.
Your punctuality is as commendable as ever. How did you fare in securing the rift modulator? Yet one more hindrance to overcome in this endeavor. Did you find anything else of note? When one learns information that rattles their understanding of the universe, we know that rifts are only caused by skip drives. So if it proves definitively that life did not originate on Earth, and may, in fact, exist elsewhere.
Of course, I wouldn't want to discount these.
I concur. This is a discussion for later, with laureates in attendance. I have run the numbers, and should you wish to negotiate with the consul, you must be strategic. He will not react well to a direct... It certainly may.
I might tread a mite lightly, dear. If I know the consul's type...
Ain't opposed to speaking with the man, but I'll be
The more we debate, the more time we squander. We must resupply, and if you've something to say to any of us, Commander...
Quindi come nel primo, poi provare a salvare, evitare il...
Ah, the distinguished presiding bishop herself has deigned to join us. What a charming surprise.
Don't overlook the main attraction, dear. I even wore my fine...
I might have known you'd conspire with our enemy and lead some foolhardy crusade against me.
Forming an alliance was necessary to combat the irrationality of your foolish endeavor. Those who...
I will not. I am saving this colony from itself and ridding it entirely of traitors and trespassers like you. Do not place his decision at my feet. I know, and what am I to do but carry on his legacy? What am I to do but achieve what he could not? Such bravado is unbecoming. Tell me, did you manage to stop us from bringing your peace talks to a swift...
Greater Tranquility Station?
It was a modest success. I had hoped it'd hobble, and I was able to buy the time to enact the very plan before you. Though, judging from that vacant expression, very well. Once the rift destroys Arcadia, we shall edit. Horizon Point's destruction all those years ago was a tragedy, yes. When the matriarch discovered the first skip drive, she set us on a course to elevate humanity. We're now writing our path. Intrepid, aren't you? Our matriarch dissected this skip drive technology, learned its secrets, but it was not until well after Horizon Point's untimely end. It is as the Grand Architect designed. And believe you me, I've no intention of letting you thwart her. It's your time that's running out, not... Better yet, tell the whole room how His Eminence, the Sovereign, was wrong. This was originally his plan, after all. I am merely a partner, seeing it Yes, well, we also lost the support of the Order. But can one...
Reality would dispute that fact, given that it is I who has invaded your sanctum, and not the other way.
I can scarcely recognize the bishop standing in front of... But you've been nothing but disappointment. You're so busy chasing figments of the future. My subjects do not despise me. The same can be said for any subject who wavers. Once I win the war and leave those naysayers behind, harsh action will be swiftly forgotten. And once I provide for the needs of my subjects, indeed, that's why my strongest supporters wholeheartedly believe. So which is it? Can my people see reason, as you so aptly put it? Or are they mindless, so you say?
Madness is rarely apparent to one in its throes. I wonder...
I am the chosen shepherd of Arcadia and will not be... You must know that you have little chance of swaying me. I will not be distracted from taking what is owed to us. And what is your definition of wrong? Have you anything substantial to... I see. Well, The man was always a sin. The Protectorate was clearly meant to harness this power. Nothing you claim can disprove everything that... I will not be lectured by an outsider. Certainly, if you had your way, you would claim Arcadia as yours, and rewrite history to suit your own aims. Heresy!
I found her correspondence with the First Bishop. She explicitly said she feared the Arcadian experiment would end as all
The Matriarch foresaw many things. It is humbling. And it appears we have fallen prey to the What do you mean, steered wrongly? If Reuben was... But regardless of how I may have misstepped, it doesn't matter what you bring before me. I stand firm in the knowledge that I am and leave the traitors and invaders alive? No! Death is the only way forward. We can only be made claim. If you cannot see the truth of my devotion written plain, we are losing this war. It is inevitable. The victors will... It is better that we perish together as proud Protectorate. Proud Arcadian. As our...
Time to earn my commission.
If the readouts are to be believed, the rift is on the verge of destabilizing.
That would be suicide.
Though it may be troubling to you, this conclusion holds no uncertainty. Someone present must do this. Sometimes there is no...
The Order and I will use the schematics and the processed rift data to mass-produce modulators that are usable at a distance. These pet...
I don't like where this is headed.
I don't see why it has to be you, dear. I mean, I would. You trusted us with the rift technology.
It was a mistake not allowing the Order to supervise this technology. But I
knew it'd come down to us.
No need to belabor this. I will fly the ship. Back on Greater Tranquility, you wish to give me a chance to atone for my mistakes. I'd say that opportunity has come.
I'll be damned. Appears you're capable of expiation after all.
One who chooses not to die needlessly. But if you are set on this, I would still join you.
I'd say Augustine's got this covered, but I've made that mistake before. It's been a privilege serving with you.
Salvation awaits, Commander. I'm itching to reach it.
Dai, faccio il sacrificio, ho fatto più o meno l'eroico, ho salvato quasi tutti fino alla fine. Cioè se faccio il cattivo ok, un po' più il cazzone, così dai.
So, in the end, the commanders sacrificed themselves to save the galaxy. No one knew their motives or thoughts in those final moments.
though legends grew around this mythical agent of the Earth Directorate all the same. Augustine de Vries went along, knowing nothing would make up for her actions. But at least she'd not have to live with her guilt any longer. Thanks to the commander's quick thinking in sparing it from the Vox station's fiery crash, Paradise Island's Fairfield remained a profitable company town for Auntie's Choice. For his outside-the-box thinking and innovative propaganda techniques, D.B. Milverstreet was promoted, while rival Officer Carr seethed at her lack of upward mobility, or even bronze-tier executive benefits. Vigilant Hogarth, now acclimated to Fairfield, leaned on the Protectorate ideals of neighborliness, while overlooking all the authoritarian tactics, so he might help the Order to succeed with the equation. Auntie's Choice assumed control over the day-to-day workings of Matriarch's Mercy, the better to monitor their new colleagues in the Order. The monastery, however, returned to normal operation, tracking the clockwork of the grand plan. The monastery's abbot became a scapegoat for recent tragic events, having not detected Wiley's dastardly schemes. His superiors demoted him, mainly to show their corporatist allies that academics could keep their people in line too. Seer Wiley fled the Order and sought refuge in a backwater Arcadian town to contemplate his failings. As word of the ex-seer's arrival spread, people lined up for predictions. Forsaking the math that failed him, the monastery's abbot became Seer Wiley. After defending Fort Endurance against a fierce Mantisaur attack, Executive Warchek was awarded a commendation for profit-securing stalwartness, as well as promotion to regional manager. He eventually passed peacefully. Val continued to serve the Earth Directorate faithfully for many more years than should be possible, giving automechs like her everywhere. As he rose through the Earth Directorate ranks, Niles pressed for a field directive to deploy the new Val units only when the situation posed. Agent Niles Ibarra achieved the rank of commander, earning renown as a formidable agent, unafraid to challenge the status quo within the Earth Directorate. He recruited his friend Zebulon Tran to the Earth Directorate, a gesture of gratitude for not erring. Ultimately, Niles rose to the position of Secretary General. His term saw the Earth. Inez's convincing appeals to the press earned her clout in reforming Auntie's Choice's cruel grafting program. Yet it was a constant struggle. Utilizing what he learned alongside the commander, Tristan attempted to reform Protectorate society from within. After thoughtful cogitation and calculation, Marisol slowly began to reject Asa finally achieved her dream of dying in a rift. All it took was a daring and blood-soaked heist of a modulator to create a rift that she then summarily leapt into. With the modulator schematics shared as joint intellectual property, Auntie's Choice and the Order's partnership remained steady. Auntie Cleo went through the motions of accommodating the Order, yet privately aspired to keep free trade anything but free. She began a new... Auntie made her first public appearance in years, inspiring a fashion trend in bubble helmets. Ruth Bassar proceeded to interface with the archive, an agonizing process that clawed away her lifespan. She had only been using the corporation for its logistical infrastructure. Auntie herself and at least some of her top Bassar stripped the power from the corporatists in subtle ways, until it was too late for them to stop her. Adrift without firm leadership, Protectorate subjects struggled with post-war life. When Sovereign Varric was discovered in mental refreshment, the Order and Auntie's Choice bickered over what to do with him, until one day Amos stumbled upon the Sovereign's private quarters, and despite the recent tumultuous events in Arcadia, it was business as usual for Free Market Station. Unable to die in their sacred rift after it was closed, the Glorious Dawn heeded a new calling. The dangerous experimental research of Marisol's contact from Point Obviation lived on. With a seer predicted 11.9% probability, the rifts across Arcadia and beyond were soon closed. Trade quickly resumed, with Auntie's Choice handling logistics. Many colonies stabilized, many thrived, and some, all of these events turned on the decisive actions of the Earth Directorate agent and their unique. But through it all, and to this.
È finito bene, quella con la gente che si menava fondamentalmente, tipo hanno continuato a disintegrarsi, come diciamo la testa di Luna.
When the lab coats say these rifts could destroy the entire galaxy, that doesn't include the main menu, right? Geography ain't my strong suit.
È stato figo comunque come gioco. Hanno migliorato alcune cose, sì, alcune cose, madonna, il bilanciamento ogni tanto tirato dalla finestra, però dai, figo, molto figo. Cioè, questa differenza di Borderlands non è stata una delusione, era quello che mi aspettavo fondamentalmente dopo aver giocato 2 volte il primo Outer Worlds. Comunque, a questo punto ci rivediamo domattina, ora vediamo con cosa, c'era un po' di roba da giocare, c'ho quei 5 giochi, però visto che fine settimana mi pirei Wuchang e Revenge of the Journey of the Savage Planet, una volta meno perché il primo era Journey of the Savage Planet, magari aspettiamo e gioco qualcos'altro, ma vediamo, così poi facciamo tutti i giochi nuovi poi. Poi ci penso domani. Comunque a questo punto ciao a tutti, buona serata e ci rivediamo domattina. A domani.